Hi everyone, I am Jeff DeGuia. I am the LA Regional Advocate at AJ SoCal.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm the Government Relations Chair at the UC Student Association, and I'm a senior at UCLA.
And welcome to another episode of Boba, Bills, and Budget Asks.
I'm a senior at UCLA and I transferred from community college. I'm also a first generation son of Mexican immigrants, and so I didn't have that privilege of legacy admissions, and to me I see it as two legs up, right? People who benefit from legacy admissions benefit from not only parents that are college educated, have access to the class mobility that a degree offers, but they also have access to the alumni networks, right? The legacy admissions leg up in the admissions process. First generation students don't have that privilege. And so we have to work twice as hard.
Like you mentioned earlier, David, was that a student at like a USC is so plugged into the alum network, and there's so much more access to different opportunities after college that it really does essentially allow a certain demographic of the state access a certain amount of opportunities that will essentially keep them wealthy or keep them well connected. It really kind of keeps the status quo where it is, without necessarily allowing other folks to move into that space.
Right, so even in the UC system where we don't use legacy admissions, like there's still a disparity in the demographics, and so I can only imagine what it looks like at private institutions. And I've talked to many Latinos in the alumni network about how difficult it was for them to get to this point. And knowing that they have had to overcome so much to get into a public university where they don't use legacy admissions, it's just much harder to have to go against legacy admissions too, right?
And also, like, isn't it like the American dream, especially for our immigrant parents, you know, to see their children go to college, have a good career, have opportunities, but it's like the American dream isn't necessarily a dream that's equitable at all, right? Because the American dream says you can accomplish all these things, but in reality, there's structures that will hold you back from being able to move in those kind of ways. So AB 1780 is a bill authored by ASM Philip Ting that would effectively ban all legacy admissions at all the private universities in the state.
All right, this is the bill that would disincentivize private universities from using legacy admissions, right?
Exactly. So this would be at schools like Stanford, USC, Pepperdine, for instance. This ban on legacy admissions is actually happening across the country. It's happening in Virginia, in other states across the country that really are trying to make a more equitable playing field across the country.
I mean, I think students can do many different things, right? We can make public comments at committee hearings. We can call our assembly members, our state senators. We're represented by state senators. You can call your state senator and tell them to support this bill, especially if you're a student at a private university. Pressure your student governments to sign on and support. UCSA has signed on to support. Even though we don't use legacy admissions, we believe in the mission and ensuring that students have equitable access to higher education, and that we don't believe our taxpayer dollars should be used to subsidize a system that doesn't benefit all college students. So I think students have an important role to play, and I think we have voices that should be heard.